Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicholas Kwolek. We're now going to introduce you to 3 candidates for Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Place 1. Our first candidate today is James Hughes. Welcome, Mr. Hughes.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on today.
First easy question, give us a little background on yourself.
You bet. Born and raised right here in Wichita Falls. Graduated from Rider High School. Went on to Midwestern State University. Graduated from there with a degree in criminal justice. Started working at the Juvenile Probation Department right after I graduated from college, and then went from there working with Judge Little as a truancy officer in his court there at the Justice of the Peace.
Mm-hmm. So why did you decide to run for Justice of the Peace?
After prayerful consideration, looking at the responsibilities and the task of a Justice of the Peace, I felt like I've taken all the right steps in my life that have led me to this. Working in the Justice of the Peace office over the past 8 years has given me the experience that I believe has qualified me to fill those shoes of Janice Sons.
Mm-hmm. What do you think is the most important function of the Justice of the Peace?
Availability. Being available to not only the voters but to the community. The Court of the Justice of the Peace handles a wide variety of cases, and I think just being available and making yourself available to the public and letting the people know what your court does, I think is extremely important.
Mm-hmm. What do you believe you can improve upon in that office?
Well, following Janice Sons and her legacy, I don't know if there's really much to improve. She's been there for 30-something years, and she has set the standard not only here locally, but statewide. She's an icon in the Justice of the Peace field. So I think it's really dealing with the new challenges that are ahead of us. Excuse me. I think with the technology challenges within the county that we've all been going through, and the new legislative updates that are coming down from Austin, I think those are the challenges that I'm ready to face. But you know, just filling Janice's shoes is going to be a challenge in itself.
Mm-hmm. What makes you the most qualified?
I think 8 years of working in the Justice of the Peace office, dealing with all the cases, the civil cases, the criminal cases, dealing with the agencies that we deal with on a day-to-day basis for 8 years, I think sets me apart from my other opponents. Just that experience alone, knowing that if Janice Sons decided to retire today, I would be the best candidate that could fill in for her and take over and keep that court running smoothly without missing a beat. And I think that's what separates myself from my other opponents.
So how do you make it your office on day one?
Working with the staff. There's 3 clerks that work with the Justice of the Peace. So managing that staff, managing that office, and just making yourself available. Setting the schedules on certain days for certain courts, working with the Commissioner's Court, working with the Sheriff's Department, doing the magistration, just all the vital parts of running that office and being comfortable with it and knowing what the law says as well.
Mm-hmm. If you're not elected, what are your plans going forward?
Hope we don't have to worry about that. I feel very confident, running this time. I do still work with Judge Woodruff, so I still work in the Justice of the Peace office, but hopefully we won't have to worry about that.
Okay. And anything else you'd like to tell us?
I think also just my community involvement. I'm on the Boy Scouts of America Executive Board. I'm a Rotarian. I'm on the Rotary Executive Board as well. So I think my community involvement over the past 20 plus years, 30 plus years, even with the Boy Scouts, has led me to this as well. Service above self, giving back to the community. The qualities and the skills that my granddad and my dad have given me, because the Hughes family, is known for the Santa's Express train layout that we set up at the museum. We're setting it up again this year. So just giving back to the community has been instilled in me, since we were little, and that's what I hope to pass on and to continue.
Best of luck.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
welcome.
it. You bet.